Hello everyone, welcome to 𝗓𝗧. In this session, I'm going to show you how you can create a typical detail of, I can say, isolated footing using AutoCAD. So let's get started. So first of all, before starting the drawing, what I will do, I will set up the unit. So I will, before starting, I'm considering that all of you have the basic, or you can say fundamental knowledge of AutoCAD. So I'm not going to explain every single, you can say, command here. So I'm just going to show you the detailing process that you can follow in your daily life. So let us start with setting up the unit. So I will just press unit U and enter, and I will go to here decimal. I will keep the precision as 0 itself, and millimeters. I will click on OK. Now I will set up the dimensions and text and all. Okay, so to set up the dimension, what I will do, I will press the D enter, and here I'm going to use this ISO 25 itself. I'm going to modify this. So this height of the arrow, okay, what I will do, I will change it. So suppose I'm going to make the drawing for 1:50 scale, or I'm going to put the drawing in the sheet as 1:50 scale. So in that case, what I will do, all this arrow size and text size, I will multiply with 50. So you can say 2.5 into 50, so it will be 125. Here also I'll put 125. Okay, the text size also I will change to 125. Fine. Units, I do not want any, you can say, number after the decimal point. So here round of 0. All these things, and scale factor I will not change here. Alternate I don't need. Okay, so and this closed field, this arrow, if you want to keep it arrow or something else, you can change it actually. Okay, so if you want to make it arrow, or if you want to change it to some architectural tick or oblique like this, so you can make it. I'll keep it as closed field arrow itself. Okay, rest of the things I will not change here. Fine. And okay, I'll click on OK, and I'll make it set current. Okay, I'll close it. Now I will also be needing the multi-leader. So for that I will change the multi-leader style also. So I'll just press MLS enter, and here I will go to modify. Here also this size, maybe I will make 125. This break size I will increase a bit, 3.75. Suppose I will make it as something around 50. Okay, this break size means this one. Okay, and then I will go to this content, and here multi-text, I will change this text height to 125. Fine, and here you can see the text is as standard, you can select it. I just click on OK, and I will make it as set current, and I'll close it. Fine. Now for the text, what I will do, I will go to annotate, and here you can see this small text style, it is showing small arrow. I'll click on this. I'll keep it Arial itself, and the text height also, what I will do, the standard text height, I will change it to 1. This text height is nothing but this height, okay, the vertical one. So I will make it as 125, and I'll click on apply. I'll close it. Okay, so you can see this 2.5, it is selected, and this is the dimension ISO 25. This standard height, this one we have changed actually, so we'll see how it is working. If it is not, then we will change it later. Right, so annotative is showing 2.5. okay, we will see how we can change it. So now what we can do, we can start creating the typical detail of the foundation. So the foundation layout, I will show you later. This is the very basic. Like suppose you have the grids like this, so you have grids like this, so you will put this foundation layout like this, the column and the foundation. And for every typical foundation, suppose this one you named as F1, this one is F1, and this is one is F2. So somewhere here also you have some foundations. Here also you have some foundations. So suppose this one is F1, this one is F1, this one is F2, this one is F3, and this one is F4. Okay, so this for F3, suppose you have dimension, you have given some dimension here, 1200 by 1200. Okay, for F1 you have given one typical dimension, and you have also written the thickness like TF equal to thickness of footing equal to suppose 600 mm, something like this. So this is about the foundation layout. Okay, so this layout I'm not going to show you because this is a very simple thing, just have to make the boxes. What I'm going to show, that suppose you are going to give details of all these foundations, right? So obviously you're not going to make cross-sectional details all each of these foundations. There is a very easier process to provide the you can say details, so that the people in the site also do understand very easily. So what we will do, we will use a typical detail, and we will use the, you can say, data provided here in the typical detail, so that we can easily give the details to the site. Okay, so now what I will do, first of all, I will make a foundation box. So for that I will take a rectangle, so REC, enter, and you can take any dimension because as it is a typical. So I'll just click and drag, I'll press D, enter, and I will give suppose 2500, enter, and this is I have given length, and this direction suppose I am giving some value of 2800, something like that, so, or 2500 itself. Okay, so something like this I'm creating. Okay, or you can change it to also suppose 2800, you can provide. Okay, so this is my shorter direction, this is my longer direction. This is the way I can provide. Fine. So now what I will do, I will take this, or let me delete this, let me create another one. REC, enter, D, enter. I'll give, in this direction I'll give 3000, and in the other direction I'll give 2500, so that you can easily understand the rectangle. Fine. Now this is the footing rectangle I have given. So in between there will be a column. So suppose I will take a column. So same, REC, enter, click and drag, D, enter, and suppose I will give a column of 500, enter, 300. Okay, and now I have to put this, so move from the center, taking the geometric center and place it somewhere here. Okay, fine. Then what we will have also the PCC, right? So what I will do, I will give O, enter, offset, and I will give 75 mm suppose offset, so 75, enter, and I am giving this PCC, correct? Now this PCC, it is not required actually to show here, because it will be showing this in the layout, so I will not show here. It is just the structural detail, so I will not show here, leave it. Okay, so here you can see I have not created any layer. Let us create some couple of layers, and you can create your own layer as per your requirement. I will create a new layer, and I will give suppose RCC. Okay, I'll give another layer, suppose long rebar. I'll create another one, I'll give section rebar. Okay, I'll create another one, I'll give suppose text, another one, suppose dimension. I'll create another one, some you can say layers I'm creating, it will be helpful for me. Suppose RCC hatch, layer TCH, RCC hatch. Okay, so let's start with this only. You can create another one for column, so maybe column. Now this column will come under the RCC itself, so it may not be required, still let it be. Okay, so this RCC we will keep this white color itself with the default thickness of line, and the long rebar, so we will change the color. We will take some color of like yellow. Okay, you can see color number 50 I have taken. I'll click on OK. I'll change the thickness from to 0.03. I'll click on OK. Sectional rebar also, I will keep the rebar same 50, and for sectional rebar I will not change any thickness because it is the cross section that will be showing. For text, let us change the color of the text to something like green or something. Okay, with this, fine. Dimension RCC hatch. Now this color of the RCC hatch I will not change now. I will show you when we will be changing it. Okay, color of this RCC hatch will be changing it later. Fine. So now what I will do, I'll just close it. As all these are in RCC, I'll select this and I will make it as RCC. Okay, so it is in RCC. Press escape. Now this is in RCC layer. Fine. Now what we have to do, we have to create the rebars. Okay, we have to create the rebars. So first of all, I'm telling you, I'm creating a pad footing, so isolated footing, and what I will do, I will provide both top and bottom reinforcement. Obviously it will be coming from your design. So initially what I will do, I will just provide like this, top and bottom reinforcement. Okay, top and bottom reinforcement. Now this top and bottom reinforcement, obviously if there is no uplift, you will be providing a minimum reinforcement here, and this will be coming due to the moment that you are getting. Fine. And then obviously there will be some cross-sectional reinforcement also. So now this top and bottom reinforcement, let us show you how you can provide this. So first of all, I will show you, let us begin with the bottom reinforcement. So I'll take a line, L enter. I'll change it to now long rebar, the layer, and I will draw a line maybe from, or what we can do, let me just break this for a while, X enter. Okay, I have broken this, and I'll make a offset O enter, suppose 75 mm offset, just to show. Okay, I'll make this offset, I'll press enter, and I'll press another, suppose 200 mm offset, enter, and I'll create this line. One more line, 200 mm offset, or let me move these two lines a bit here. Why I'm doing it, I will show you, I will tell you. Actually I'm just taking it here. Okay, now what I will do, I will trim it, TR, enter. I'll trim this lines. Okay, fine, and I'll delete this. Fine. Now I will select these two and I will put this two in the long rebar. Okay, you can see the thickness is not visible because what I have to do, I have to go here and I will to change the line settings to display line width. Click on OK. So you can see the line width. So now what I have done, I have given the reinforcement in this direction. In this direction there will be one top bar, one bottom bar. So how you can differentiate this? You can differentiate this by line type. So suppose this is my bottom bar, this is my top bar. So I will select this bar, I will go to this layer, I'll go to other, I will load all, select all, Control A, click on OK, and click on OK. So I have loaded all. I'll select this and I'll change it to dotted, suppose this one. Where is the dashed? Yeah, maybe this dashed one, but still it is not visible. It is not visible because of the line type. Okay, so what I will do, you can change the line type scale. Okay, so most probably it is LTS, enter, line type scale, and we can change it to maybe 50. Press enter. You can see it is very bigger I have created. I'll press LTS, enter. Later we have to change it because we will be putting it in the paper. So as per the scale we have to change it. Now just to show you, I'm putting, suppose I'll put 5. I'm not sure if it will be visible. Yeah, it is visible. Now one dotted and one solid line. Okay, one dotted line and one solid line. Now this 5 that I have provided, I have to reduce it later because I am creating, I'll be putting it in the 1:50 scale in the paper. So what will happen, the scale that I have provided 5, it will be multiplied with 50 and the scale will become then 5 5s are 250, so it will be 250. Okay, so that may not be required in that case, so in that case we have to reduce it later. Fine, so we will see, I'll show you how we can reduce it. Now let it be like this just for our understanding. And similarly in the other direction also we'll be having the this reinforcement. So what I will do, I will again offset O enter, maybe some offset of 400 mm. I'll take this and I'll take this. Okay, but this one that much not required. O enter, maybe 100 mm offset or a bit more. O enter 200 mm. Yes, fine. I will offset O enter 75. See, this is my process. You can use, like, you can draw the line by yourself also, there is no issue. So I'll just trim it, tr enter. This ends I will trim. Sorry, Control Z, tr enter. Okay, now you can delete these lines, not required. Fine, now you can use the match property, ma enter, match property. You can ma enter, match the property of this to this, again match the property of this to this. Okay, so in two direction we have got the rebar. One is for top, one is for bottom, correct? Now what I will do, I will take this you can say text layer, and I'll create the dimensions. Let me see if I have created dimension layer. Yeah, I have created dimension layer. So let me just change the color of the dimension layer to something like this, the same color suppose. Okay, fine. So now what I will do, I will create the dimension. So I will take this linear dimension and I will start from here. Suppose O enter, again this 75 mm offset I will take. Okay, now DIML, dimension linear, I'll create one dimension. You can press F8 for orthogonal mode from here to here. Okay, you can create another dimension from here to here. You can create one dimension from here to here. You can create another dimension from here to here. Okay, so now this dimension text we do not need, so I'll just edit it, edit ed enter. You just delete this, and I think we can delete this. Fine. For some reason it is 125, so we do not need this text actually. So something we need to write here. So what I will do, I will just change this size of this, so very small, 0.05 suppose. Okay, so it will not be visible. Fine. Okay, so now let me see if the match property works. Match property, no, it doesn't work. So I will again change this to suppose this 0.05, enter 0.05. I just don't need this text actually. I thought it will be okay. So without writing anything it is not possible, so I'll just write something and I will change the to 0.00. Okay, I'll change this to also 0.00. Sorry, or else you can create the line and you can create give the arrow. Okay. Or else what you can do, you can draw a line and you can create this arrow with 1:3 ratio. That is also possible, but what I have done, I have just used the dimension line. It is very easy because it is already created, so you don't have to worry about it. Now what I will do, I will create some circle here so that you can donate it. So I just take the circle and you maybe give some value, so 50 maybe, enter. Yeah, fine. You select this, move outside, you give a hatch to this. Okay, you give a hatch to this, so H, enter. Take the solid set hatch, select there, press escape, select this, make a group. Okay, fine. You select this, M, enter, and you move it here. You select this, CO, enter, copy, and you move it here. Okay, if you think that it is very big, you can delete it. I think it is very big, I have taken. So C, enter. I'll take something around 30. Yeah, it seems good. Yeah, I'll take it out. I'll give a hatch, H, enter, solid hatch. Fine, I'll make a group of this. Then I'll move it, M, enter. One for the top bar. I'll copy this, CO, enter. One from the bottom bar. Similarly, I'll copy this, CO, enter. I'll stop this F8 orthogonal mode. I'll turn off, and I'll copy this one here and one here. Okay, fine. Now very simple thing you have to do. Very simple thing you have to do. Let us take a line. I'll enter, and from this end I will press F8. We will extend this like this. Okay, you can just put it properly. There is some extra line that I have created. Okay, fine. L, enter from this end. Okay, you can see where you need. Fine, somewhere here. I'll make a copy of this. Somewhere here. Okay, in the other direction also I'll enter. You make a line like this, copy this right here. Okay, so now we will give some mark to this. So for that I will take some text. So I'll take a single line text, DT, enter. Okay, specify the text point and specify the height, maybe 125. Now I will write, suppose, small a. Oh, I provided rotation, sorry. I will take a multi-line text, it will be better. So MT, enter, hem text. I'll make a box like this and I'll write it here, A. Okay, I'll just copy this, CO, enter. You turn off the F8 and you put it here. Okay, so for the, you can say, bottom bar. Okay, for the bottom bar, what I will do, let me move it from here to here. This, because this is the shorter direction, so this may be my I can say main reinforcement I'll be providing in this direction. Obviously it may be different in case of in your case also, but you have to understand how you will be providing. So here I will, what I am doing, suppose I'm considering the shorter direction I have given my main bar. So in this case, so this solid line, it is my bottom bar. I'll provide A here, and for my other direction I'll provide B here. So I'll just make it, I'll make it B. Sorry. Now this one I will make it D. Sorry, this one I'll make it C, and this one I'll make it D. So I'll just copy this CO, enter from this node to this node, and I'll make it D, and I'll copy this CO, enter from this node to this node, and I'll make it C. So that means A and B are the bottom bars in two directions, and C and D are the top bars in two directions. Okay, so I'll take a circle, CO, enter, sorry, C, enter, circle. I'll draw a C, enter. I'll draw a circle like this just to understand. Okay, I'll move it the top of the line. Now we can adjust the, let me move this circle first, enter. Okay, select this, enter. You take this point and you put it here, enter. Okay, you copy this, CO, enter. Similarly, is you move this from here and remove this, CO, enter, at here. Okay, now this text you can adjust actually if you think that is not at the center of the circle. Fine. So this is the plan, reinforcement plan. This is how I am providing. Okay, this is how I am providing the reinforcement plan. Fine. And dimension of the foundation will be given in the layout. In the layout itself, you will be drawing the dimension of the and thickness of the foundation. But when providing the RC details, typical RC detail, this will be your plan. A and B will be your bottom bar, and D, C, and D will be your top bar. Fine. So for that, what you have to do, you have to create a legend here. Fine. So you have to create a legend. I will draw a line. I will press F8. I'll draw a small line like this. Okay. I'll copy this, CO, enter, and make another line here. Okay, so you can match the property, enter. This is the bottom bar, enter, this is the top bar. Okay, you can take this text, CO, enter, and F8 I will turn off, so you can write it here. Okay, I'll write it in caps, top bar. Okay, I'll copy this, make this as bottom bar. Or you can make this as shortcut also, BTM you can write. Fine. And at the top you can write legends, CO, enter. At the top you can create a box actually. You just take a box like this, okay, you make a line here, you copy this, CO, enter here, and you can write legends. Okay, so this is your top bar, bottom bar notation and the legend, so that anyone by seeing the line type they can understand which one is top bar, which one is bottom bar. So what we will do, we will provide a table here, and in that table this mention of this bottom and top bar will be there, and we'll do, you can say, as per the design we will provide what is the bar and spacing. Okay, we will provide the bar and spacing, or directly also you can write here like this bottom bar is suppose T16 at the rate 200 center to center, like this also you can, right? But in that case, for each, if it is one foundation it is okay, but when you have different type of foundations, means different sizes, different thickness, so it is not required actually. In that case, what you can do, you can give this ABCD and you can give a schedule here. Okay, in which schedule, by writing the bottom foundation mark, you can provide the you can say spacing and bar mark. Fine. So these lines are not required, these lines are not required anymore, you can just delete it. Okay, so now I will take this CO enter, I will take this here. What I will do, I'll scale it as C enter a bit bigger, so maybe 1.5 times. I will write here, what I will write, I will write here suppose typical foundation reinforcement plan. Okay, so I'll write typical foundation reinforcement plan. Okay, I just make it bigger and you keep it somewhere here. You make it a group, G enter. Okay, then move it somewhere here. Okay, fine. So I hope, I'll select this, sorry, I'll select this, enter move, and I'll move it like this. Yeah, so this is how you can create the typical reinforcement plan. Okay, for your foundation. I'm talking about isolated foundation. Obviously, in case of rafts also, in case of, you can say combined foundation also, you can follow the same process to create the reinforcement plan. Fine. In case you have any shear reinforcement, obviously, as I am showing you the you can say isolated footing, so I am considering that there will be no shear reinforcement, or will not consider any shear reinforcement, will be covering the shear by providing the thickness itself. But in case you have any shear reinforcement, so the location or the zone that you will be having the shear reinforcement, that you have to show like this. So you just create a box like this and you give some hatch here and write it as the shear reinforcement zone like this. Okay, so in that case, for each foundation you have to show actually. Okay, in that case, individual foundation you have to show. Hardly in case of isolated footing, we do not get shear reinforcement. We cover it with thickness. In raft especially, there sometimes we need to provide shear reinforcement, shear links. So in that case, as the raft is a individual single, we can say uh, foundation, so we can create a plan of the individual foundation and we can provide the shear zone also. So that we will discuss later. Now we are focusing on the isolated footing. So I hope it is clear to all of you how we have created the foundation, typical foundation reinforcement plan. Okay, so in our next video, what I will do, in our next video, I will show you how we can create the you can say section for this. Okay, so before what I will do, let me make another one. Before finishing this, I need to give another section mark here, right? So one more thing I need forgot to provide. Actually, here I should provide a line. Okay, like this. Suppose any dimension, you take this, move and move here, you copy this, CO enter, from here to here, here to here to here. Okay, fine. Up to this, the reinforcement will be provided like this. I'm showing actually. So maybe I'll create a line like this, move, enter, and copy this. Sorry, select, copy, CO enter. Fine. So now it is okay. Now I need to provide a section mark. So all these, let me just ungroup this for a while. All these will be under text. Okay, this is under text only. These are also under text. Fine. Okay, no problem. Okay, fine. So I will make a group again. G enter. I think I have break that also, exploded that. You can select this and J enter to join. It will be a single individual component. And these also, this reinforcement, you can make a group G enter. And these you can make a group G enter. So whenever you are moving, it will be easy for you. Okay, or you can block it also. You can create a block also. Okay, so these I will make a group G enter. Fine. You can see these are groups now. Fine. So now let me give you a section mark. So L enter. Maybe like this. To here I will provide some 500 mm. Okay, here also I'll provide some 500 mm. Fine. So let me just join this line, J enter. Fine. Okay, so let me move it a bit down, pressing F8. Okay, now I'll take L enter. I'll make it as suppose 200 mm. Here also 200 mm. Okay, fine. So now you can create a you can say arrow here. Suppose this length I will take, so always we take 1:3. So if it is 100 mm, then if this bottom one is 100 mm, then the top one will be 300 mm, right? So let me increase 200 mm more. Let me increase 200 mm more, 200 mm. So that much detail is not required. So you can see when I'm increasing it 200 mm, this is colliding with this. Okay, so I just ungroup it. I'll select this and I'll move it a bit like this. I think I need to select all, enter, move, and move it a bit like this. Okay, fine. So now I will create an enter. So I'll create a line here of 50. This is not required actually. Let me just draw anyway. That is not that much important. From here, suppose 100 mm. And somewhere here you can put, though it is always recommended to draw in 1:3 scale, but it is not the dimension, this arrow, right? It is just a section mark, so you can just make it like this. Okay, or let me delete it. Let me delete this also. L enter. Let me make it 200 mm. Fine, and draw it like this. Okay, delete this. You take this. Am I mirror from center? You can mirror this. No. Now we can move this bit down or leave it. Fine. So now let us give a hatch. So I'll give a solid hatch to this. Okay, and I will write the text here. So I'll just copy this text. See, you enter. You can see once you put one text, you can use it again and again, and you can write it here You may write it as suppose section AA. So I'll write capital A, CO, enter, copy from here to here. Okay, now you can group this as well, G, enter, fine. And you can group this as well. G, enter. Okay, you think you want to stretch it a bit inside, so maybe S, enter, stretch, and press F8, and let us stretch inside like this. S, enter, stretch inside like this. Okay, fine. So we have provided the section mark, though the section mark is not at the center, but it is cutting the you can say column, so that you can those bars and all everything will be visible. And our top and bottom bar marks also we have provided. So now it is fulfilled a typical foundation reinforcement plan. Fine. So this is it for this video. In our next video, I will show you that this section that we have created, how to create that section and how to provide this bar marks here, A, B, C, D, all these bar marks, and how you can create the reinforcement schedule, or you can say the structural schedule for giving to the site. Okay, and if it is required, you can comment me below. I will also show you how you can create the layout, fundamental layout. It is just different type of foundations with dimensions and the thickness. So that is the foundation layout. It will be on the key plan you will be providing, right? So I will show you that if it is required. So you can comment me and let me know, so that if it is required, I will be creating. Thank you, and see you in the next video.